Good afternoon, YouTube. This is Kaylin String coming at you with my weekly deck garden update here on my little deck. And this heat the past week has definitely stressed some of my plants out. The mints, this is a mint mix, it's starting to recover. That is just a piece of plastic stick that I use as a plant support. And my cilantro has pretty much dried out. It has gone to seed. And those seeds are also known as coriander. I'm still watering this. These are my common chive, or at least the single common chive. That's all I got. And it looks like my sweet marjoram didn't give me much. I'm assuming marjoram probably requires more sunlight, but as you can tell, my basil has just gone bonkers. So I got a lot of mints on here. This is the mint intruding into this. So that's all I got from that one. This is my tarragon. And down here I got a mix of things. I'm not sure if this looks like it was a little too far over from where I put the secret seed that I got from South Florida Sunshine. And then this is my arugula here. And it looks like I got a whole mess of... I didn't get squat for marigold. But this is my kale. So my mustard is starting to dry out, and it looks like some of the leaves got eaten up. So some bugs. Of course, this is my borage. That went to flower. And it looks like it may be developing seeds. And of course this, that's part of the mustard, but I definitely lost this is my sage, was my sage, definitely lost that. I got something else growing in here that does not match what this was. This is my thyme. So I didn't get much from the thyme. And the rosemary, this is definitely not rosemary. So I have no idea what the heck came out of here, but I definitely didn't get rosemary. My oregano, I got some here. And it looks like whatever was, I got two different things out of this, it looks like. This one here is doing pretty good. It kind of looks like this thing over here. This was supposed to be spinach, but I didn't get spinach out of it. All I can guess is there are seeds that were somehow mixed with the compost that have taken over. But my parsley, that's gone bonkers. My savory, I'm just getting these little bits. And this is supposed to be spearmint. I'm going to guess that this here is the spearmint. And this, I have no idea what the heck it is. It just looks like a freaking tree. I've had this come out of some of my pots last year. And it looks like I got something different here. This is supposed to be my garden cress, but it looks like it kind of went to crap. I got a couple of tiny sprouts in there, so I'm continuing to water that. But that is not garden cress. I have no idea what the heck that is. My rainbow chard is not rainbow. And it looks like I got, again, something different that doesn't seem to belong. This does not look like this. The leaf shape is different, so I have no idea what the heck is going on here. And my salad mix, well, that's all I'm getting out of that. I'm guessing that it's one of those things that requires a lot of sun. And of course, that's the succulent that I got from the baby shower. That is the only non-food plant added here. Of course, I don't know what I can do with the borage or the mustard. If I would have had more of the mustard, I probably would have taken greens off, but I wanted to see if I can get seed, because mustard seed can also be used as a spice. So these are the seed pods. So it looks like a grain of like wheat, but it's actually the pod that the tiny mustard seeds are inside of. But there's still some green on the plant, so I'm just going to keep going with it. As far as this borage, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with it, what I can do with the leaves, but that's what the flowers look like after they're spent. But even though this is pretty much spent, I'm still watering it, just in case there might be a bit of green. And I'm going to leave that there because I want the seeds to develop more. But I definitely can get a good harvest out of this basil. So now that it's cooled off, I may go ahead and do that. And I may harvest some of this parsley. Looks like these are the ones that I'll be able to get the most out of as far as the herbs go. Yeah, and this is a mint mix, so I don't know which one is which. It's just a mixture of seeds that's in here, so when I go to preserve it, which I do by dehydrating, or I will just hang it and let it air dry. And then pick the leaves off the stems after they have dried. And that sound is, that's my air conditioner. So that's one thing I can do, is air dry the herbs and then pick the leaves off. As far as this thing here, it's kind of a velvety leaf. It has the same kind of texture on the stem. So it's a round stem, it's not a square. But something has definitely been eating these leaves. I have no idea what the heck some of these plants are. So if someone can help me identify them, maybe there's something I can go ahead and take. I don't know if I don't have the right soil conditions for things like the oregano or the salad mix, or it's just that I don't have enough sunlight for them. And all the other dried bits, I take a leaf off of the mustard plant. I can take it right over here, put it into the compost. And then this bucket here that used to be my moringa bucket, that's nothing but compost in there. I dropped a few bits of a torn leaf in there yesterday, so I'm going to treat that as just another compost container. Although that would be harder to mix it in than the tub, or I could just dump it into the tub, mix it, and then put some of it back into here so I can have it as soil for next year. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. And speaking of the compost, I changed up. This is water that I put out for animals, and I can tell when they've been using it because it's already down from what it was yesterday, so they've probably been drinking. And a couple of days ago, there's water all over this table because some birds have probably been bathing. But when I add water to the compost, then I just dump this into that, or I dump some into that bucket. So anyway, this is an update from my deck. And these down here got a little bit. This is another mint. This was supposed to be my garlic chive, but I got a sprout of something in there that is definitely not a chive. I have no idea what that is. Could have been from what I put in there last year. This is supposed to be herb mix. I should probably use that for chive, and the herb mix should probably go in there. And then this is supposed to be my dill. I don't think it did as good as I was hoping it would, but again, it may be one of those that needs a lot more sun than it'll get down here on this lower level. So I probably will have to come up with something different. I have this top shelf here, but because that screen is there, that blocks or filters the sun. So I just let plants grow up through this, just like the basil's growing up through it, the mint mix is growing up through it. So I will just keep that as is. Plus, I don't have anything to secure a bungee. I use these bungees to secure these pots, and as you can see, I did add another one across here in order to keep these pots from blowing off should the wind blow from the east and try to knock them off. I do not have, I got bungee on the back side of this one. See there, that would keep these pots from blowing off the other direction. Here, they would hit the deck rail. And of course the bungees, this bar here keeps them inside here, as do the bungees down here. Of course, bungees secure that to the deck rail. And I added this bungee here. It's kind of loose, but it still holds on, just as an added bit of security for this thing that was a shoe rack. It's a bit bent up, but I choose to make a plant shelf out of it. So anyway, that's my update. I hope all of you who are growing something yourself are having some success. I know I'm going to have a lot more than I did last year on some things I'm trying for the first time, so I'll just keep at it anyway. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.